Hi students, I'm Dr. Bhavna. In this lecture, we are going to start with a new chapter that is called as evolution. So basically, in the second year chapters, evolution is very important topic for you in NEET point of view. We already have completed till the last class with human health and diseases. So in human health and diseases, different topics we have done, like what is health and what are the diseases which will affect our health, as well as what are the bacterial diseases which we have dealt, as well as we have done about AIDS, cancer, and drugs and its abuse. So we have ended that chapter with drugs and its abuse. So today we are going to start with a new chapter that is called as evolution. So basically in second year topics, one human health and diseases, one or two questions will ask. Evolution, three or four questions will be asked in your NEET syllabus, because it is very important, because how we all humans have evolved, because everything will be there in this chapter. So that is very important in NEET point of view. So basically, when we start with evolution, evolutionary biology is the study of origin of life of humans as well as the universe. Evolutionary biology, evolutionary biology is study of life forms of Earth. Study of life forms of the earth means what? What new life forms have started in our, how they have started. Like if you see the universe, stars, galaxies, everything have developed some 400 billion years ago. Approx 400 billion years ago, our earth has developed. Later, we humans, everyone, we have come into play only some 5 million years ago. 400 billion years ago, earth was started, and later 400 billion years ago, we humans started living. So basically, the earth, it has a concept, like now how Mars and all new planets, how we are discovering, like that for earth also it was discovered. It was discovered slowly. Human beings have started living in this environment. So basically, this study of life forms of the earth is called as evolutionary biology. By the name only, you can understand evolution means the new beginning, like how we all have evolved from various species. That is all we are going to deal about, the origin of the universe and all. So first, how this was started means numerous scientists have given numerous terms regarding this evolution. Like one scientist have taught one theory regarding this evolutionary biology, because anyone won't knew what has happened 500 billion years ago. So by the natural things which we observe in our surroundings, they have come into play, like how they will understand what are the things which are associated. So they have seen what are the things, and they have discovered numerous fossils, and numerous scientists have seen what is actually, and they gave some theory. Based on each scientist gave one theory. So those all are important in NEET point of view. So basically about the origin of life. Origin of life. In the origin of life, numerous, I have told you 400 billion years ago, the earth has evolved. In first theory about this evolution was Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory actually explains the origin of the universe, full universe, how it began. This is explained by origin by Big Bang theory, origin of universe. So they, in this theory, they will explain that, this Big Bang theory, they will explain that there was sudden explosion, means there was some blast, there was some explosion, and then our earth evolved and then later humans evolved. There was some there was some this one like blast, like that, there was something explosion, and then this theory came into existence. According to this Big Bang theory, origin of universe is explained as there was a big explosion and then later numerous substances were formed on the atmosphere. So this point you should remember. First theory which was given, important NEET question, was nothing but Big Bang theory. It explains the origin of the universe basically, and in the origin of the universe numerous stars, galaxies, everything have formed. Later, this is due to explosion, I already told you. There was sudden blast and there was all the substances were formed. Now, UV rays, later hydrogen and helium also were formed. No one knew how these hydrogen and helium were formed. Simply they were available in the Earth's crust. This hydrogen and helium were available. Then later, how was water, oxygen and all formed? UV rays. UV rays, they will act on water. First, they will act on water and numerous oxygen and all were formed. So UV rays, they will act on water and they give rise to oxygen, methane, carbon dioxide and all. And this oxygen will combine again with ammonia or methane. Oxygen will combine with ammonia or methane, ammonia NH3 or methane, and it will give rise to water, carbon dioxide and all were formed. However, carbon dioxide and water were formed again means by oxygen as well as methane. Oxygen and numerous substances were found and then they form this carbon dioxide as well as water. When it comes to UV rays as well as water, UV rays means from the ozone, direct sunlight is acting on water and this will form oxygen. Water means where it is available. Again, the water is nothing but the sea water which is available. So this will explain how there is origin of the universe. First, don't get so much confused regarding this. Only I have started with what is Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory first states about the origin of the universe. So what is this theory related to? It is nothing but there was a huge explosion and numerous substances were formed. What are the substances which are formed? Basically from the molten mass, that is nothing but numerous glaciers as well as numerous earth's crust were degraded from the molten mass. Numerous volcanoes, they gave rise to four substances basically. That is nothing but water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide as well as ammonia. These are the four substances that were formed basically from the molten mass. I want you all to remember and write them because these all are important in NEET point of view. Water vapor, methane, what are the four substances which are formed from molten mass? They are nothing but carbon dioxide, water vapor, ammonia as well as methane. So these are the four substances which are formed from the molten mass. So next about Big Bang theory I have told you, about the molten mass I have told you. Then later hydrogen and helium were also formed from this molten mass only. Exactly we don't know how hydrogen and helium were formed, but numerous scientists are thinking that hydrogen and helium were formed naturally, they were available on the Earth's crust. So then UV rays, the sunlight will act on these oceans, that is on the water, and they will form oxygen, carbon dioxide, methane and all. Again this oxygen will combine with methane again to form carbon dioxide as well as water. This is all a cycle that is happening basically. UV rays, water, oxygen. Oxygen, water and all. Again they will, oxygen along with the methane will form water again. Simple formula you should remember. UV rays, water, oxygen. Oxygen, methane, H2O as well as carbon dioxide. O2 plus CH4, methane. Like that you can remember. So what are the substances important in equation formed from molten masses? Water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide and ammonia. So these points you should remember. Now we all know water vapor, ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide were formed normally. Hydrogen and helium were also formed. Then later oxygen, water, all the substances chemically they will combine to form this. So this is about the Big Bang theory, explaining how there was origin of numerous substances like oxygen, CO2 as well as water, how the numerous substances take place and how there was explosion also we all have learned. Then another people have stated different, because origin of evolution everyone will not know. Only they were discovering and the scientists, these all are assumptions which have taken place. So basically when it comes to assumptions which the scientists have taken place are nothing but next it was given by Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur, a famous scientist. He explained that origin of Earth or origin of the universe have taken place by pre-existing molecules. They have taken place by pre-existing molecules. Pre-existing. Suppose he conducted an experiment and he have seen. He took two flasks and he put killed yeast in it. Killed yeast. And he closed this container. One container he closed. When it comes to another container, again he put the killed yeast in it, but he left it open to the air. This Louis Pasteur, he stated that life came from pre-existing molecules, pre-existing life forms. We occurred our life due to our pre-existing molecules. So what are the pre-existing molecules? That is nothing but air. So he want to prove basically. He put a killed yeast in one tightly packed container. In another container, he left the yeast like that only. When he put this yeast in a closed tight container, no new molecules were formed. But when he exposed it to the air, numerous new molecules were formed and this container became very much full. Here new molecules were not formed, here new molecules were formed. So this differentiation he showed, and he showed that life existed from pre-existing molecules, came from pre-existing molecules. So they'll ask in NEET like this, who performed an experiment that is related to killed yeast and who showed that life existed from pre-existing molecules. So he is nothing but the famous scientist Louis Pasteur. He gave pasteurization of milk also, it was given by him only. So he told that life existed from pre-existing molecules. So we have done two theories. One is explaining the origin of the universe by Big Bang theory. Then later about the Louis Pasteur. Then now comes the third scientist. He is nothing but Oparin of Russia. As well as Haldane of England. Oparin of Russia and Haldane of England. These are the two famous scientists, Oparin as well as Haldane. Oparin he belongs to Russia, Haldane he belongs to England. So these both have again given another theory to explain the origin of universe. That is nothing but life came from pre-existing molecules. There, Louis Pasteur specified that life came from pre-existing life forms like yeast and all. But these people say that life came from pre-existing molecules exactly, like RNAs as well as proteins. So pre-existing molecules like RNA as well as proteins. But Louis Pasteur, he made a experiment and he has showed about the killed yeast as well as killed yeast, and he put them in a containers and then he has showed. But here these people did not do any experiments. Simply they have given like oparin of Russia as well as haldane of England. Life came from pre-existing molecules. They have simply given what are the pre-existing molecules means nothing but RNA as well as proteins. So they have given like that. So this is about the third theory. I told you till now three theories: Big Bang theory, as well as the second pre-existing life forms by Louis Pasteur. The third one is pre-existing life forms of oparin of Russia as well as haldane of England. These three have showed about the different experiments how they have come into existence, the origin of universe. As well as the fourth important topic is another important experiment was done by Miller. Miller. He done a electric discharge experiment. Electric discharge. So he has done an electric discharge experiment, and he proved that there were four molecules called as methane, hydrogen, ammonia, as well as water vapor. He put electric discharge for all these molecules in a flask containing, and he heated them to 800 degrees Celsius. Heated them to 800 degrees Celsius, and he found out that new molecules were formed. They are nothing but amino acids, sugars, proteins, everything were formed from these amino acids as well as sugars were formed from this experiment. He put the electric discharge spark experiment, this is called as, and this is the famous one because this he proved about that life came from all these molecules. So ammonia, methane, hydrogen, water vapor at 800 degrees Celsius, he put it in a flask and then he proved. How he proved? Again there was an inference that yes, numerous amino acids as well as sugars were formed from this. And so this is about the another experiment given by Miller, but this is the famous experiment. As well as in NEET also numerous questions were asked based on this only. About first they will ask you in NEET like you should remember here clearly degrees Celsius. They'll give you to confuse. Last year NEET paper this question only was asked. Ammonia, methane, hydrogen, water vapor at 800 degrees or 600 degrees. They were changing the alternate options and they were giving. So basically ammonia, methane, hydrogen, water vapor at 800 degrees Celsius. These four molecules at 800 degrees Celsius, it gives rise to amino acids as well as sugars. So this is about the Miller electric discharge experiment. I want you to remember these four molecules in particular. There before from molten mass, what are the things that are formed? Water vapor, ammonia, methane were common. But there it was CO2, here it was hydrogen. I just want you to remember only that thing. What are the substances which are formed from molten mass means? Ammonia, methane, water vapor, carbon dioxide. What are the substances? Only one will change. What are the substances which are formed from for electric discharge experiment? What he used is nothing but methane, hydrogen, ammonia, water vapor at 800 degrees Celsius. This is methane, okay? Methane is not CH3, it is CH4. Numerous NEET questions they were changing like CH3 and all also. So I want you to clearly remember that about CH4. So amino acids as well as sugars were formed. So this is about the four different types of theories, main theories, how there was origin of life. So we have started with what is evolutionary biology. It is the study of life forms of the earth. Evolution means only about our ancestors and all we are knowing, and how the origin of universe, galaxy, stars, how it has taken place. So basically when we have started with the origin of life, basically again in the origin of life, Miller he gave electric discharge experiment, and these four molecules he put under 800 degrees Celsius in a closed flask containing these substances, and he observed that numerous amino acids, proteins and everything were formed from these substances. Louis Pasteur he gave that pre-existing life forms from and he done two experiments, that is nothing but killed yeast he put it in a flask and non-killed yeast, killed yeast in both the flasks he put, one he closed the container, one is open to the air. So he proved that again it existed from life pre-existing forms. Then the third experiment was given by Oparin of Russia and Haldane of England, that um, uh, pre-existing life forms from RNA as well as proteins. These three you should remember in clear. Then Big Bang theory basically explains the origin of the universe. So that was done. So these are the four things about the explaining the origin of universe. Then these were all the assumptions how origin of life has taken place, and numerous theories also were given. So evolutionary theories. The famous scientist who is called as Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin is the famous scientist and he is most proven for evolution theories and all. Charles Darwin. So he went on sea to explore the world. So he went on a ship that is called as HMS Beagle. HMS Beagle. He went on a ship and explored the different life forms on the earth. And afterwards, he proved that after traveling the full world on the sea, HMS Beagle, the name of the ship which is called where he traveled. So he proved that everything they share the common similarities. Not only the common similarities were shared between the existence forms, but there was also with the older forms. So he proved that. What exactly I want to say is, the earth shared similarities not only among themselves, but also with life forms that existed in the past. So we humans not only share similarity among ourselves, like we will not suppose one human and other human will look almost alike, but genes will differ. So he's saying that we not only share similarity among ourselves, but also we share along with varying degrees of that existed in the pre-existing forms, like with our own ancestors also we share similarities not only among ourselves but with the those who were pre-existed from us. Suppose we will know that we are born from, everyone will say early mans and all. So these we are formed from pre-existing forms only. Suddenly we will not come into this world, right? So he said that when he was traveling on a HMS Beagle ship, because I'm stressing this ship because HMS Beagle, they'll give you neat questions. Like Charles Darwin only introduced this theory. Like we not only share similarity among ourselves but varying degrees also. We share similarities with our own ancestors also. We share the similarities with the pre-existing forms also. So he proved this theory by moving around in the sea. So this is about the Charles Darwin theory. And he also gave that about the fitness of the individual. Fitness of the individual is important. Fitness of, he gave the theory that is called as fitness of the individual is nothing but reproductive fitness. Reproductive fitness. As well as he gave the another theory that is called as natural selection. What are the theories which were given by Charles Darwin, they may ask, or they will ask natural selection or fitness of the individual. These theories were given by which scientist? So it is nothing but Charles Darwin. So what fitness of the individual means what? Suppose if we have all the good food, the shelter and all, so what will happen? We will live very happily, as well as our fitness of the individual is very important. So those who will give birth to the next generations only, the nature will accept them, or else it will not accept them. So he gave this theory. He gave fitness of the individual is very important, because how fitness will come due to food, shelter and all. If everything is proper, fitness of the individual is good. So he's talking about the reproductive fitness, means nothing but those who will give birth to the new ones. They are only eligible to live in this world, as well as the nature will select only those people. Rest of the people it will eliminate. So he gave this theory of natural selection, means the nature will select which is very important for the nature only. Those people only it will select, as well as fitness of the individual also is very important, like based on they should give rise to young ones, they should give rise to numerous progeny. Then only they are eligible to live in this environment. So he will describe like that. Then, so this Charles Darwin basically gave three theories. Those are nothing but first, when he evolutionary theory. Before four theories we have specified. Those are nothing but how the origin of life have taken place. One scientist gave one. Now exactly Charles Darwin by his experiments as well as moving around the world, but this theory was very much accepted. Miller's electric discharge theory as well as those all are not accepted by everyone. But Charles Darwin's theory were accepted by everyone. And the beagle ship is very important in this neat question, as well as what is the theory based on. I want you all to understand, not just Bertify. So they will share the common similarities not only among themselves but to the varying degrees also, along with the life forms that existed in the pre-existing forms. Then later, this Charles Darwin gave another two theories that are nothing but natural selection as well as fitness of the individual. The nature selects whatever it wants only. So natural selection was given by Charles Darwin. Who those are eligible to be present in the environment only, this will give. Then about the fitness of the individual. Reproductive fitness is very much important for that of individual. These all are assumptions made by Charles Darwin. But these are not exactly true. But he gave numerous assumptions regarding this. So fitness of the individual is very important in those aspects. So this is about the thing. Later, seeing the Charles Darwin, Alfred Wallace, also famous scientist, he specified that yes, this Charles Darwin's theory is correct, and he proved that yes, they have similarities from their ancestors as well as those people now who are living. They share common similarities. So all the similarities we acquired from ancestors. So he also proved that along with Charles Darwin. So these 2 points you should remember in this. So origin of life we have done. What are the 4 theories we have done? Each and everything as well as name of scientist is very important. Big Bang theory, Louis Pasteur, Miller's theory, what are the components, how is water formed, how is oxygen formed, that is very important. Then later evolutionary theory, reproductive fitness of the individual as well as natural selection were given by him, as well as what are the similarities which are present, then natural selection, as well as the another scientist important neat question, Alfred Wallace said that they share common similarities with their ancestors. So this is two important points that you should remember. Next class we will continue with how what are the evidences of evolution and all. Okay.